welcome back to my channel. Now, in my last video, I shared with you guys that I made over $10,000 in just 1 month thanks to social media. And at the end of that video, I promised you guys that I would teach you my tips, tricks, and strategies on how you can potentially monetize your social media platforms as well. The reason why I decided to create a video like this is because back then, before I was on social, before I started my own business, I genuinely thought that the only way that anyone can make money on social media was if they were a huge influencer and brands were paying them to post, or if you had thousands and thousands and millions of views on YouTube in order to make good money off of AdSense revenue. Well, I'm here to tell you that of the $10,000+ that I made last month, none of it was through brand partnerships, and only a very, very, very minuscule portion of it was through AdSense money. That's why in this video, I will definitely touch on those avenues, but I also want to share with you guys the alternate ways that people actually make money on social. You don't have to be a big influencer, and you don't have to have 1 million views on YouTube. And in just a moment, I'm going to share with you guys my YouTube earnings to really paint the picture of why people generally can't make a living off just doing YouTube. So with that being said, if you are down to learn more, then keep on watching. So the first way that you can make money off of being on social media is obviously YouTube revenue. Now you have to have, I think, 4,000 hours of watch time plus 1,000 subscribers in order for your platform to be monetized. I got monetized, I think, about last month, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how much I've earned since then. Now, the reason why this is the #1 tip is not because it's the #1 way, it's really for me to get this out of the way so that I can show you guys exactly how you really can't make a good living off of just YouTube unless you are making, 1 million+ views per video. Hey guys, so right now we are on my revenue page within my Creator Studio or my analytics on YouTube. And this is my lifetime revenue. I've made about $1,200 from YouTube ever since I got monetized on January 20th. So keep in mind that anything before January 20th, I was not making money on. Now, what I want to show you guys is the money that I've made per video. This video, how to gain Instagram followers organically, is my #1 performing video on my channel. I have about 250K views on that video. And from this video, I've made about $882. Now, keep in mind, again, that it's not because I did 250K views. There's 2 factors to this that kind of vary for everyone. So I didn't get monetized until January 20th. So that means that all of the views that I got from January 20th until now, that's the views that I've made money on. But not only this, I also want to share that views does not equal money for YouTube. In order for me to actually make money off of my ads, the people who click on my videos have to watch the ad or they have to click on it. So that's how YouTubers make money. Now, obviously, when you get to the level where you get monetized on YouTube for your videos, you can actually choose the different ads that you play. For instance, you'll notice that on some ads you can skip, on some ads you can't. I personally don't really care for ads and stuff, so I don't really care if I make money or I don't make money. Like, this for me is just really good side cash. That's why I don't force you guys to watch the full ad. I personally hate it whenever I see ads that I can't skip. But a lot of YouTubers do choose to make them non-skippable because they are forcing you to watch the entire ad so that they can make money. Now, this is obviously good to make money on, but it also lowers audience retention. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever, not watched a video because you couldn't skip an ad. I definitely have done that. And for me, I didn't want to do that for my channel. I want people to actually watch my content and not skip it because they can't skip an ad. So this is just kind of what I want to show you. But not only this, I want to show you what I made from January. So if you watched the video that I posted previously, I said that I made about $13,000 last month thanks to social media. About $400 of that came from YouTube. So like I was saying earlier in this video, YouTube earnings did not contribute that much to my total earnings last month for my business. So, last month my top performing video again was this video about how to gain Instagram followers organically. It generated about $350 for me. So yeah, guys, this is kind of what I wanted to show you, and you guys can use your own judgment call on whether or not this is enough money for you. Personally, for me, I would not be able to make a living off of this. I probably need other streams of income. So that's why I created this video, to show you guys that there are other ways to make money and you don't have to just rely on AdSense money, because if you were relying on AdSense money, then you're probably going to need to get another job because you're definitely not going to be able to sustain yourself just through AdSense money. Now that we have the whole YouTube revenue thing out of the way, I can now share with you guys exactly how I make my money using social media. After I share this tip, I'm obviously going to share with you guys more tips that I don't use, but that you can use, so that this video really paints a really big picture and gives you guys as much options. So keep in mind that this tip is probably going to be the longest, because it's how I make money. So the way that I make money is through content marketing. And what content marketing is, I literally Googled it, so it's the official definition, so you guys don't get confused, is that content marketing is a type of marketing that involves the creation and sharing of online material, such as videos, blogs, and social media posts, that does not explicitly promote a brand, but is intended to stimulate interest in its products or services. Now, even after explaining that definition, a good portion of you are probably scratching your heads wondering, what exactly does that mean? So put in more simpler terms, what it means is that I create free, valuable content for you guys, whether it's on Instagram, YouTube, my website, blog, so on and so forth. And as a result, a good portion of you guys will find my one-on-one coaching program and invest in coaching with me. And of the $10,000+ that I made last month, about 98% of it was completely from my one-on-one coaching service. And the reason why I thank social media for that income is because had I not posted content on social media, nobody would ever find my website. Nobody would ever find my services, and therefore nobody would invest in it. Now, I'm trying to be a mind reader here, but I have a feeling that a lot of you guys might still be confused. You guys might be wondering, okay, well, I post content, but nobody's buying my stuff. The reason why nobody's buying your stuff is because you don't have a sales funnel. Now, what a sales funnel is basically, it's a process that is designed to guide your customer to buy your product. It's basically like taking someone from point A of finding you on social media to point B, which is buying whatever you offer. But in between point A and point B, there should be a series of steps to guide that customer through that journey, so that they can either have enough trust with you to buy your product, or for you to actually see if they are a qualified lead. Now, in a second, I'm actually going to share my screen because I prepared a cute little PowerPoint to show you some examples of sales funnels and how it might apply to your business. So if you're interested in that, then definitely hang on and keep on watching. All right, guys, so here is kind of what a funnel looks like. And if you are familiar with my channel, there's many times where I've mentioned the words know, like, and trust. You want people to know who you are, eventually like you, and then trust you enough to want to purchase from you or invest in you in the future. Now, the reason why this is a really great photo is because it not only incorporates know, like, trust, but it also shows you guys exactly how to get there. So in the top of the funnel, this is where you want your audience to really get to know who you are in a very low risk way. For instance, you watching this video is absolutely free, but you're getting to know who I am as a business coach. You're getting to know what I know. You're getting to know what I have to offer. And literally, this costed you no money, no risk at all to watch this video. Another way that you could do this is through your blog posts, social media, anything that allows you to share knowledge and share things for free so that people can really test drive you and understand who you are. And even if you aren't, doing social media, you see big businesses do this all the time. For instance, if you went to Sephora, there's always free samples of you getting to try out the new makeup, or you getting to try the cream. It's really kind of like try before you buy, and this is really important within your funnel. So if you are already creating content on social media, you're already doing the first step of creating the funnel. However, the reason why a lot of people don't end up making money on social media is because they don't build the rest of the funnel. Then next, in the middle of the funnel is where you want to create like. This is kind of where you start building trust. This is where maybe you do more advanced content for your audience. For instance, for me, the next part of my funnel is my Facebook group. If you want to get more content from me, you want more personalized help from me, then join my Facebook group. Once you join my Facebook group, that's how you can really build a lot more trust with me, because you get to know me a little bit better. And later I'm going to show you other examples of this. After you've created like with someone, that's when you want to create trust. And this is kind of when, at this point, the person trusts you enough to actually invest in your product or service. You know, this is kind of where you make the sale. This is when you present them your product, you present them your services, so on and so forth. So if you were using the example of perfume, you know, after the person's tried out your sample, and then maybe their next step is to go to an event from your brand where they get to actually experience the perfume a little bit more. Then eventually, you know, they've had such a wonderful experience, then they buy the perfume. I don't know, that was a really bad example, but I'm just trying to paint the picture for you guys on how this works. So next, I'm going to show you kind of more concrete examples of how that might work for your niche. All right, so here I kind of built really quickly what a beauty blogger funnel might look like. So if you are watching this video and you're creating content on makeup, already your makeup tutorials are generating awareness. But the next thing that you might want to do in your funnel is maybe you can create a free guide where people can download, and that's where they get your best makeup hacks. You know, maybe it's a checklist of all the best tools that you use in order to get flawless makeup. I don't know. By creating this downloadable guide, people have to give their email in exchange for this guide, and therefore that's how you grow your email list. That's how you get people to actually opt in and literally tell you, hey, I'm actually really interested, here's my email. So there's actually an exchange. Afterwards, you know, now that they've opted into your newsletter, that's when you start sending them newsletters. Maybe you start sending them newsletters about your product, so on and so forth. And eventually through the newsletters or through whatever is going to help them make the best decision on whether or not, you know, your product is right for them, eventually they take action on it, and maybe that's when they sign up to be a makeup client of yours for their wedding. Who knows? Next, we have the foodie blogger funnel. Now, I created this super quickly with a foodie blogger in mind. So let's say you are a food blogger, or you're a chef, or your channel is all about food. In order to build awareness, you want to start actually creating cooking videos. You want to start doing reviews on food, on certain ingredients. This isn't my niche, so I'm just guessing here, but this is kind of where you would start at the top of the funnel. Next, in order to actually generate real interest from people, maybe you have a free downloadable video. So this is kind of way more advanced than the videos that you post on YouTube. It's a lot more exclusive. And in order for people to get it, they have to sign up to get the video in their emails. So let's say if you were a foodie blogger, your free video download is going to be a 5-minute vegan recipe. So people download it, and then you've collected their emails, you start sending them newsletters, and then eventually maybe you offer an advanced webinar. So, you know, a webinar is really kind of like a master class that's live for you to actually maybe, you know, hop on and teach them how to cook something step by step. And then at the end of this video training, you say, hey guys, like if you really liked this, then make sure you buy my $45 cookbook. And that's when your audience makes the decision on whether they trust you enough or not to buy your cookbook. Now, obviously, this is very business driven. So if you are someone who's just purely looking to do YouTube or to create content for fun, then by all means you do you. But I'm just kind of sharing you how I make money and how I've been able to monetize my social media in order to benefit my business. So I really hope this helps, guys, and let's just get back into the video. All right, welcome back. So now that you kind of learned the way that I make income through social media, I'm now going to share with you guys the different ways that you might be able to make income if you weren't interested in doing content marketing. One of the ways that you can also make income through social media is called affiliate marketing. And what affiliates are is basically retailers or companies that actually give you a commission based on X amount of sales that you produce through using their affiliate link. For instance, let's say right now on my channel, I'm using a bunch of equipment for YouTube. That's why in the description box of this video, you're actually gonna see a bunch of affiliate links through Amazon. Meaning that if you guys were ever interested in understanding what I use for my tech, you can actually click on one of those links, and if you end up buying anything on Amazon, then I get like 10% of those sales. And obviously it's not just Amazon that offers affiliate programs, but it's also, you know, fashion brands, makeup brands, anything or any company that you can think of, usually they do have an affiliate program. If you are in business and you took an amazing course that really helped you out, you can always contact the course creator and ask if they have an affiliate program so that every time you recommend something, you get a portion of those sales. So again, affiliates is one way that you can make income through social media. However, in my experience and in my opinion, you need to drive a lot of traffic to either your blog, your YouTube, or wherever your affiliate links are in order to actually make decent money. And what I also don't recommend, especially if you're looking into Amazon affiliates, is starting too soon, because with Amazon affiliates, I actually got my account shut down because they have this rule where if you don't produce a sale within 180 days, your account gets closed. And the mistake that I made is that the moment that I started YouTube, I started using affiliate links. However, I wasn't getting enough traffic on my YouTube to actually produce sales for Amazon, and therefore my account got shut down. So I want to kind of caution you guys with affiliate links and making sure that whichever company that you use affiliate links for, that you actually pay attention to what their rules are and what their thresholds are, because there's a huge chance that your accounts might get shut down if you're not producing enough sales. The next tip I have for you, especially if you are a content creator, is to use a platform called Patreon. Now, I'm not on Patreon, but I know a couple people that are, and they are making good money out of it. So what exactly Patreon is it's kind of another social media platform where content creators can create exclusive content for their subscribers, and their subscribers actually pay them money. Now, this really helps out, let's say if I were to do it, I would say, hey guys, do you want like a private video on how to choose a niche for your business? If you guys said yes, then we'd hop on Patreon, and then you guys would kind of pay me in order for me to teach you guys something that's ultra exclusive and that you only have access to. So I definitely want to shout out Patreon. Again, I'm not on it, so I can't speak to how much money you'll make, what the user experience is like, but I know from my friend Denzel, I'll link his video right here, I'll link his channel right here, he actually told me about this platform, and I thought I'd at least shout it out in this video. Now, the last tip I have in order to monetize your social media account is kind of a no-brainer. Everyone knows about this, but that is brand partnerships and collaborations. The reason why I'm still bringing this up is because there is money to be made when you collaborate with other companies and other brands. I used to work with influencers in my old corporate job, and I was really exposed to that world, and I really understood how much money some influencers actually get paid. There are some influencers that get paid $10,000 plus in order to just post one thing on Instagram, shouting out a company's product. That's definitely a huge way to make money. However, you know, for many of us that have a small following, it's really not that feasible to make a decent living, unless you are a celebrity status, or if you are a huge influencer with a lot of clout. But that's not to say that it is impossible. Even for me in my short journey on YouTube, and also being a small YouTuber, I have been approached by brands and companies to create content for them in exchange for a monetary gain on my part. So again, I don't want to say that it's impossible. It is absolutely possible, but if you are thinking of making millions and millions and millions of dollars like Kylie Jenner, you're gonna need a Kylie Jenner following. However, keep in mind that it's not just about the following that matters, it's also about the engagement that you get on your channel or on your Instagram. As someone who has worked with influencers before, I was a part of the PR world for a very brief moment in my last corporate job. I can tell you right now that I actually do not work with people who have bought bots, do not work with people who have bought engagement. There's a lot of tools out there that big companies use that makes it really easy for us to see if you are fake and if you are real. So I just want to at least tell you guys that just because you buy followers doesn't mean that the money's gonna come. You need to work for it. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned at least one thing that was new. And if you did learn something new, definitely let me know in the comments below. As always, I hope you guys have a great day. Hope you guys have a great week. And I hope you guys have a great life. And I'll see you next time. Bye guys.